Hey everyone, welcome to Disney Channel Original Newbies. I'm Joanna.
And I'm Sam, your faithful co-host.
Today is a very special day.
Why is that?
That is because this is our 30th episode.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We'll insert some really cool noises right here.
Pew, pew, pew.
Those or some cool noises.
I know, we paid a lot of money for them.
Yeah.
Okay, great celebration. I have a beer, you have a beer. They're already open, so...
We'll cheers our beers,
yeah,
though.
we'll cheers.
To Hounded.
Huzzah! Or should I say woof?
Yes, you should.
So yes, we are going to talk about the 2001 movie Hounded.
Starring our boys, Taj Mahari and Shia LaBeouf.
Great duo. Great acting from both of them. Amazing.
Would you ever have guessed that those two would be in the same movie together?
No. Not for any particular reason. I just never really gave it much thought.
I think I would say there's a possibility they would star in each other's TV shows, but I would never would have seen, or never would have said that there was a movie where both of them, star.
I feel like you had an advantage here because you were aware that they both had TV shows.
All right, so let's start off on that foot. Did you not know that either of them had a TV show?
I knew that Shia LaBeouf had a TV show.
You didn't know Taj Mahari had one?
No.
Did you know who Taj Mahari was before we watched this?
No.
Oh my god, I know we talk about this like every episode, how you don't know something about, some
Disney.
Television and stuff like that. Not even, he wasn't on Disney.
What was he in?
Smart guy. Okay, so before we start on this movie, we got to get into this. Taj Mahari was like, I don't know, he was younger than he was in this movie. So probably like 12 years old in the show.
Okay.
And he was a I think he was a senior in high school or something like that. And his older brother is like a complete idiot. They go to school together, and then his brother's friends also hang out with them.
No idea.
That's so funny to me. Oh, wow. So here's your introduction to Taj Mahari. He was great. There's an episode where he plays chess, which I love.
Do you watch it all the time when I'm not home?
Oh, my God, all the time.
Is that how you learned?
Yeah, because I started watching it now and not when I was a child.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so should we get into the movie?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so Hounded is
Woof, woof.
about... Hounded, woof woof, is about a kid, Taj Mahari, who has an older brother who's in military camp? School, I guess. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I think it seemed
Not
like
really
it was a
camp.
military high school.
Sure. He's in the military school, and he is a single mother, and the mother goes away. He's had some stuff going on in school. He's trying to get a scholarship, and in the midst of all this, he accidentally takes his headmaster's puppy.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward plot.
Normal occurrences.
All kind of standard plot points for movies.
Yep. And it just goes into the shenanigans of him dealing with the puppy.
Yeah. So going into a tiny bit more depth, we find out pretty early on that Jay, as he is called in the movie,
Taj
Jay, is an artist, and he is up for a scholarship. The reason why he really wants this scholarship is because he does not want to go to the same military school that his brother goes to. He wants to go to, what was the name of the school?
I think it was like Peterson, something
Sure.
like that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. A different, like a liberal arts high school, like a normal high school that had a really good art program.
But a private school?
It seemed like it.
Because he goes to private school now.
Yes.
So I'm assuming.
Yeah. So he really wants this scholarship to the private liberal arts school so that he does not have to go to military school. The artist part comes into this because he draws a little flip book about his headmaster.
Which is funny.
It is funny.
Flip books are great.
Yeah, and he does a really good job.
Yeah, I had one friend that was able to draw flip books. It was always a fun time.
I could draw them with stick figures, but I couldn't, like he did a really detailed one. And I couldn't do
impressive.
that. Thank you.
We'll draw one day.
Okay.
We'll make a TikTok out of it.
Don't make promises we can't keep, Sam. So stuff happens. His presentation falls. Headmaster finds it. Headmaster's like, this isn't great, showing that the unflattering, the wolf, as Jay portrays him, is spot on. Blah, blah, blah. Stuff happens, and the school bully gets a hold of Jay's presentation.
The school bully being Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Who we don't know at the time, I think. We come to learn later on. But he is the headmaster's son. Which they didn't say that until, like, a little bit into the movie, right?
No, they didn't. You get the sense that the headmaster and the son have some sort of relationship.
See, I thought Shia LaBeouf was the grandson to the former headmaster or whoever ran the school, which he is, and that he wasn't related at all to the current headmaster. That's what was throwing me off.
Okay.
And he was just like, the headmaster better help out my grandson.
Yeah.
But they're all related anyway, so not sure why the headmaster wouldn't just want his own son to get the award.
Yeah,
in the first
I guess
place.
the adding the grandfather in was kind of a convoluted thing.
Yeah.
But they did get to put paintings of the grandfather everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Which was fun.
He kind of looked like the eagle from the Muppets.
Yeah.
I don't know what the eagle's name is.
I don't remember, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the square head eagle.
Yeah, it's like kind of like the unibrow kind of.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So Shia, the bully, just totally gets away with absolute murder at the school.
Literally. He literally kills someone.
Two kids. Because she was pregnant. Obviously, I guess. He is throwing stuff, and he never goes to class, and he steals and sells hall passes,
which is a pretty sweet business.
Gets into a lot of shenanigans. So, he gets away with everything, obviously, because his father's the headmaster, and he's very privileged. While Taj, I'm going to call him Taj. I'm sorry, Jay. He is not privileged. He has a single mother. His father passed away, is what it almost certainly seems like.
Did they say how his father passed away? Did I just miss that?
I don't think they talk about how he passed away, but they definitely say that he
did.
Yeah,
he did pass away.
He did and passed away.
Yeah,
and he is a hard worker. He's a very smart kid, and he's the favorite to get the scholarship. And the only reason he didn't get it is because
Shia LaBeouf took his presentation.
Exactly.
And he gave the presentation first, because it turns out that Jay kind of had it memorized. Pretty impressive.
Oh, he did. He memorized the whole thing.
So Shia LaBeouf gives the presentation first, and Jay's like, whatever, I'm done. Bye.
Did you ever have to memorize something for class?
I think I had to memorize a poem at some point.
Yeah, me too. But I'm trying to remember what... It was in 11th grade, I think. And we were talking about Beowulf the other day, but it wasn't Beowulf. It was something Shakespeare, I'm sure. And everyone in class had to memorize the same thing. And so I went to class that day, and I knew I didn't have it memorized. I'm really bad, memorization and stuff like that. So I knew I didn't have it memorized. So I went in with a wig. I was going to say a fake wig, which is just a wig. A wig and a fake sword from medieval times. And I was like, maybe this will distract my teacher while I say the thing. I did pretty well. I missed the last few lines, but I think the wig and the sword definitely helped out.
I thought you were going to say that you taped the words to the sword.
I wish I had thought of that before.
That was the only thing that was going through my mind.
Oh my god!
You brought the sword and you were holding it up.
I messed up.
You did mess up.
Oh,
you messed up big time.
Why'd I bring props? I wasn't going to cheat with it.
Yeah. Duh.
Never crossed my mind. Wow, until literally to this second, that never crossed my mind. Oh my god.
Ugh, this is why you need me in
your life. Why couldn't we be friends in high school?
All right, so going off a little bit from the movie, but speaking of cheating, this was not my hot seat question, but I just want to know: did you ever have creative ways to cheat in high school?
All right, so this is really funny because my hot seat question is, have you ever cheated on a test before? So we'll hold off on that, and we'll discuss it near the end of the episode, okay?
Okay.
That's so funny that you said that. You said that wasn't your hot seat question. That's hysterical.
Thank you.
All right. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, no. So Jay's outside the principal's office, and that's when he finds out that Ronnie stole his note card, or kept the note cards.
Well, it's confirmed.
Right.
It's confirmed, and the principal does not care.
Right, he doesn't. He's like, whatever,
He's not
destroy
gonna,
the
yeah.
evidence.
He's not going to make any move to punish Ronnie Shia LaBeouf in any way.
Right. So now Jay's mission, because he sees Ronnie going home with the note cards in his bag, and now that Ronnie won the scholarship, Jay's going to go break into their house and confirm that he stole the note cards. So my question is, how would he prove that by just breaking into the house?
Well, he was going to take the note cards back because Ronnie had his note cards with the presentation on it.
But how does that prove it?
Because they were Jay's note cards that he doodled on, so he could be like, these are mine. These are my drawings. This is my handwriting.
Couldn't Ronnie... Oh, I guess the handwriting, sure. But couldn't Ronnie just say he just wrote that after the fact? Or that he doodled on it after the... And who's going to care?
I feel like the scholarship committee would care.
Okay.
I feel like he could make a case. And also, Ronnie is a known, not an academic person.
A known shithead.
Yeah, he's a known shithead.
A known shahade.
So I feel like the teachers would be like, yeah, that does sound like something Ronnie would do. You're disqualified.
Honestly, I was just surprised he gave that presentation in the first place.
Pretty much. They were all sitting in there with their jaws hanging open like, this is a good presentation.
Yeah. What's happening? What's happening?
Are we in a different universe right now?
Shouldn't the headmaster just written something for him to do?
Sam, that's taking it too far.
I'm sorry.
Taking it too far. It's called parenting.
Let's get back into reality.
Okay.
So after breaking into the headmaster's pool house where Ronnie
lives,
there's a dog that gets out and it starts like chasing Jay. And
it loves Jay, really, is what happens.
Won't let him go, like crosses the street through traffic. And Jay's like, all right, I'll take the dog, and brings the dog home with him.
And at this point, Jay's mom is out of town, but his brother is coming back from military school to spend, I think, a week or so with him while his mom is out.
Yeah, and he's going to get home at like 1,500 hours.
In that time, a few things happen. First, Jay befriends the dog. Then he tries to return the dog, but the dog comes back. And then the dog goes psycho.
Also, the dog watches TV and understands it.
It likes the war channels.
Sort of, because sometimes it closes its eyes with fake paws. I don't know what was going on with
I forgot about that. Was great.
That was like
ridiculous.
Wasn't there something else where some animal was doing weird stuff? Oh no! In one of the Alien movie, when they have like the binoculars.
Oh, and they share the binoculars, and there's the fake arm.
The Other Me. That's what it was. In The Other Me, when there's a third.
Yep. Oh,
so
Disney
stupid.
Channel movies.
Yeah, so there's like
love
fake dog arms, like putting it over the dog's eyes. It looks so fake, and then like coming out from the side, it's totally nonsensical,
and very unnecessary. But yeah. Great times.
Yeah, so the dog like eats everything in the fridge.
It's a monster.
Yeah.
Like this dog is destructive.
Right. We find out that the dog's on some sort of medication. Oh, and so I mean, we'll get back to it too, but the headmaster's wife does like dog shows, and that's why she has a dog. It's like a prize
this is a show dog.
Yeah, it's worth a lot of money, and he hates the dog because it's crazy. Number one. Number two, his wife loves it. I'm sure it's part of it. And number three, he's allergic to dogs, which I can relate to.
So yeah, this dog, we find out it's off its meds, and it just totally and completely destroys the house. It terrorizes Jay.
It rips his dad's glove.
Oh yeah, that was sad.
Obviously, the dad's dead because why would he care about the glove otherwise?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Jay has to hide in the bathroom, and the dog eats its way through the door, basically. And this is a little dog. It's not a big dog.
Yeah,
I think it's
tiny.
a Pomeranian.
Yeah, it's really, really small.
It's a small and destructive dog.
Yeah, so he at one point just has to like run into the bathroom, and the dog literally like rips up the entire bottom. It's like making a doggy door.
Yeah,
out of the bottom of the bathroom,
straight out of The Shining.
There's like wood scraps all over. It's disgusting.
Here's Puppy.
Oh my god, they should have given it an axe.
They should have. That'd
been very funny.
That was 100% The Shining.
And at several points, the dog like flies and like shoots out of cannons at people. Basically, it comes out of a cabinet that's like 8 feet high, and like at like 100 miles per hour, like jets into people in midair. It's so funny how they actually did it.
I like all of the various scenes where the dog is attacking them and they're like holding it out and it's
my God.
thrashing.
Yes.
And they're like, I can't control this 10-pound dog.
And it's right because when they filmed it, they must have actually shot something like out of some device or through
a stuffed animal or
and
something.
Like hit them in the face because it was like smashing them in the face every time it hit them.
It was great.
So the filming was been very fun. And it got at no point, I mean, except for the hands or whatever, the fake hands, it looked like a real dog.
Well, I mean, when they were showing like rabid dog face, it looked like a puppet.
Very rarely, though. I think they did a
like
pretty
a
good job with it.
Like a rat puppet, kind of. Like a rat puppet that they modified to look like a dog.
I agree. 100% agree with that point, at least. The brother eventually gets home, and he's like, why is this mess here?
Did you have a party? And Jay's like, I wish.
I have literally 2 friends. How could I have a party?
And then the smart house is like, I'll help you out there.
Oh, no.
Actually, the smart house would have been great because it would have cleaned up everything
immediately.
Yeah.
But stuff was like broken, though. I don't know how that would have gotten replaced is the issue.
That's true. Just put it on the floor. We'll deal with it later.
Yeah. And we'll get to that later about when the mother eventually got home, what they did. But whatever. The brother obviously gets attacked by the dog also. So he understands. And he's a military guy. He understands, oh, crap. This is...
And being attacked by a puppy. Code red.
Does the dog like run into a wall and gets knocked out or something, right?
Yes. Yes, it does.
This dog takes such a beating throughout this movie.
And this is the entire movie, pretty much.
The entire movie, an hour of the movie
is them being terrorized by this dog and tripping on marbles.
It's amazing. Oh, the last 5 movies have had marbles.
Oh, they're so...
And Phantom of the Megaplex, they had the gumballs. It's such a great plot device.
We were watching something else recently where they tripped on marbles. Not Disney Channel related.
Oh, you're right. Like last week we watched something, right?
Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
It was either Dave or Rick and Morty. That's all we watched.
So it was probably Dave, because I feel like it was a live action thing. Yeah. Rick and Morty would be way too creative to trip on marbles.
Right.
Unless they were doing it ironically.
Speaking of TikTok, you also said you're going to do a Rick and Morty dance for us, right?
You said you were going to do a Rick and Morty dance.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. So at this point, the dog is missing, obviously, but we know where it is, but the headmaster doesn't know. And the headmaster's father-in-law comes, who was the prior headmasters and the head honcho, basically. And he's like, "You're find this dog, or you're done, buddy."
And I mean, the headmaster was really happy that the dog was gone.
Oh, thrilled!
Like he flushed his allergy meds.
He was giddy as could be. Someone called it. So they at some point, Taj. I mean, it goes back and forth a bunch of times between Taj Mahari and the brother, or Jay and the brother Mike, calling the headmaster's house and kind of like,
"We have your dog."
Right, with a voice changer, and he's like, "Okay, buddy, good luck."
Keep it. Bye.
And so the mother is distraught. The headmaster now has to look for the dog, so he's like frantic.
He's waiting for them to call back.
Right, and then he's like, so the brother doesn't know that Jay stole the dog.
The brother thinks that Jay was watching the dog for the headmaster, and the headmaster knew about it and asked him to do it.
Right, which is a lie, obviously. So Jay eventually tells Mike, his brother, and they get into a fight. Mike's like, "I'm not going to help you," and Jay's like, "You know what? You don't really help me." And Mike's like, no. When you were a kid and our father passed away, that's when he talks about it. I was like a father figure to you. And Mike's like, and Jay's like, "What are you talking about, buddy? You were not a father figure whatsoever to me. That's not at all the situation.
You've just been an asshole to me forever."
Why would you say that to me?
No, that's what Jay said to his brother.
Oh, you're just quoting. Oh, okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, that was a direct movie quote.
Gotcha. So now Mike's like, "All right, you know what? I'm going to help you out, Jay. Let's,
Yeah. Oh, I made a note. Mike has sucked long term.
Great note.
Thank you.
It's a really good note. I think it's like the next week. So dogs are missing for like 3 or 4 days at this point. And the headmaster calls in Jay to his office. And Jay's like, "Oh, great, I'm screwed." And he's like, "Help me find this dog." Because he has no idea that Jay's involved in this shenanigans.
He enlists the student council to post flyers all around town, which I think is probably an abuse of power.
Also, this didn't matter. It didn't make any sense, this part of it. Like, who cares? It took they showed it for like 20 minutes of them making posters and putting posters out and
then the posters like not making it to wherever they were supposed to be.
Assigning the slow people to. I don't get it.
I don't know either.
It's very
and I mean,
weird.
the headmaster could have done this much more efficiently if he went to the art club and said, make me one poster and we'll photocopy it.
Or a printer.
I'm thinking 2000.
What
What would he have done in 2001?
Printers existed. My dad was a printer.
Yeah, but you still have to design the poster.
Yeah, just have one person design it and just...
Yeah, that's what I said. Go to the art club, make me a poster.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay. The head honcho, Mr. Headmaster would have paid for it. They had a lot of money. Like, come on. Ridiculous. Oh, at some point also the dog just goes missing.
Right, it escaped.
Like Jay and the brother just lose the dog.
Oh, because this is where the dog knocks itself out. And then they're going to bring it to the headmaster. Like they're going to meet an agreed upon location.
Right.
But then it wakes up. And basically they just dive out in the car.
Yep.
And, Jay and Mike are like, we're getting out of this car. And the dog is like, I'm also getting out of this car. But in a ferocious kind of way.
So the dog gets away. Eventually they find the dog again because they're dragging a
bag of meat
from the back of the car, obviously. So all these dogs are chasing.
That's how you attract dogs.
And then what's the dog's name again? Camille? Was it the mother?
Camille sounds right.
I think Camille is the dog. So Camille, they finally find Camille, and Camille's now normal. No longer crazy.
So this is a little bit later, but we find out that Camille just had a lot of energy that she needed to get out. She did not actually need to be medicated.
Right. The headmaster gets the police involved. They're tracking phone calls, which obviously we all know it takes 2 minutes to track a phone call. And they're waiting for the next call from Jay and Mike to figure out where the calls are coming from. They just get lucky every single time, hanging up at like a minute 55 or,
I mean, there was one time where, how did Jay know? Jay knew that they were tracking the phone call.
The headmaster told him.
Okay. And then Jay called his brother and was like, you have to hang up right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was awesome on their part.
Right.
Good teamwork.
So that now Jay and Mike have a plan. And the plan is like this. Mike goes to Shia's pool house and distracts him.
With BMX.
Asking him questions about BMX, which he has to answer all of them correctly in order to something happens.
He wins a prize. He wins a free bike.
Maybe that's
the prize.
Yeah. And while he's doing that, Jay goes in through the window, puts the dog in there, makes a call from the phone in Shia's bedroom, calling the house, and the police are going to track the call coming from the pool house. Mm-hmm. The calls are coming from inside the pool house.
This is a solid plan.
So solid that it works.
Wow, amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, so Shia's just laying on the bed. His parents and the police come in. The dog starts barking, and he's like, oh, hey, Camille. And everyone's like, you little shit. You took our dog. You've been feeding it gummy worms.
Oh, dog loves... Oh, no, doesn't like gummy worms at first. Learns to love them.
Yeah, as we all do.
Naturally. And, he gets blamed for something that he has no role in whatsoever. He did absolutely nothing wrong. And it's time for...
Well, this all started because he took Jay's presentation.
No, of course.
Yeah, so he did play a role in it.
And because of this, Shia loses the scholarship.
He has to go to military school.
Right.
Jay gets to give a presentation, but it's a different presentation.
On ADA accessibility.
Yes. Oh, we forgot to mention that one of his best friends is in a wheelchair.
We didn't mention her whatsoever.
No.
We also didn't mention the other friend.
Oh, right. There were two friends.
Yeah.
The other friend is there for like 5 seconds.
He has one friend named Sarah who's in a wheelchair who has a dog, and she's nice. And then she has another friend. He has another friend who I don't really know much about.
Yeah. The other friend was in there for not very long. Sarah was the main friend.
His name is Bill, the other friend.
Oh, Bill. Better luck next time.
Yeah, whatever. And Jay eventually wins the scholarship. Also, we find out that Camille, the dog, is pregnant, and Jay's going to get one of the puppies.
Oh, yay, puppies!
Which he does not ask about his mother, first of all.
No, he's like, yeah, I want a puppy.
We also have no idea how the house gets fixed up.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was wondering about. How did the mom react? Because even if they cleaned up, the dogs broke a lot of stuff and scratched a lot of stuff up.
And they can't explain it, because then they'd be just telling their mom that they stole a dog.
Yeah, I mean, did they take some carpentry classes and fix everything up? Did they paint everything? We don't know.
It's
We just have to
ridiculous.
trust that everything is fine.
Oh, and also the headmaster is no longer the headmaster, and he's the drink getter.
Yeah, he should have seen that coming.
So is his father-in-law now the new headmaster again?
It seems like it. We
Yeah.
don't know if he's the permanent headmaster or the interim headmaster.
Right. And then the last scene, like you said before, we see Shia at the military school, and his leader is Mike.
Yeah.
And Mike basically just tells him, he basically says what happened, which is pretty funny. And Shia's like, well, whatever. It's funny also, like, there's only 2 schools. There's only an art school and a military school.
So that's one of my questions. What about public school?
Well, he can't go to public school.
Why not?
Because his father's the headmaster at a private school.
Well, this question goes both for Shia and Jay.
Oh, Jay 100% should go to a public school.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that he's not going to public school.
So it blew my mind that the only options were either get a scholarship to a private school or go to military school. Never was there a discussion about
So
just
bizarre.
go to public school.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Public schools are good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm stepping down from the soapbox.
What percent of kids in New York City do you think go to private schools?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of charter schools in New York City.
It's something, I think it's a little bit under a quarter. It's around 24% or so.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I think Manhattan and Brooklyn are 2 of the highest in like the country by county percentage of kids that go to private schools.
I can see that. Do you think they were given the choice between private school and a military academy?
Oh, 100%. There's so many military academies in New York City.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tons. Like, come on. All right. You want to get into questions or fun facts first?
Let's start with the fun facts.
Okay. So here are my fun facts. I've got no fun facts.
All right. Glad we have that covered.
All right. Let's go to questions.
All right. You first.
What would you change about this movie?
So other than things we already mentioned, like finding out how the mom reacted when she got home, having a public school option, some of the other stuff that we spoke about earlier, I wish that Jay's art was incorporated more. It played a really big part in the beginning of the movie where he makes a flip book. That's kind of the impetus for everything happening. And then they say at some point that he wants the scholarship to go to this school because it has a good art program. And then it doesn't really come up at the end where he draws a map and the brother's like, that's really good. But this is such a big part of his life, presumably. And they don't really talk about it or incorporate it that much.
Yeah, I agree. In the beginning, they talk about like the comics and stuff, where he's like comic books and pictures and stuff like that up in his room. But besides that, they really don't go into it. I totally agree with you there.
Yeah. So I wish that were brought up more.
I agree. Good call.
Thank you. What about you?
I wish it was a cuter dog.
I thought the dog was cute.
Cuter.
Cuter?
Yeah. Like a little fluff ball.
I mean,
Because I feel like...
it was a fluff ball.
Excuse me for 1 second.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I feel like the little like poodles and stuff like that, the little toy dogs, I think those are kind of like snippy. So it makes sense that those are a little violent. But like something that you would never think would be violent.
Like those little dogs that they groom to look like little teddy bears, like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because it's already like a show dog, so you might as well
go all out.
Yeah. Or like the little what are the little like brownish blackish ones that I like?
Terriers?
Terriers. Like those you would never expect to be like violent.
Okay. All right. So please remake this movie with an even cuter dog. Thank you, Disney.
Appreciate it.
What was your favorite scene?
I think this is stupid, but I thought it was funny while watching it. I liked when he was asking the BMX questions, and clearly, the thing is that Jay's older brother Mike doesn't know anything about BMX whatsoever.
Oh yeah, he was just basically getting the questions out of the magazine as he was going. It's like, what does BMX stand for?
I felt like Mike and Shia LaBeouf played off each other really well. Like they were like going back and forth. I mean, it's probably scripted, but like easily could have been ad-libbed. It was very funny, I thought. And Shia was like giving answers, and then one of the questions, he's like, what does BMX stand for? Which he gave an easy answer. And there's another one that was like some other simple question. He's like, is that really the question? And Mike's like, oh, I'm sorry. Is that really the question? That's not the actual response. He's like, that was my response. What are you talking about? I really enjoyed that scene.
They did do a good job.
Yeah.
That was cute.
What was yours?
I like the shining dog scene where the dog
Both
chews
of
its
them?
way through the door.
Oh, when it actually gets through the door.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it does its like, here's Johnny moment.
Yeah. I can't even say here's Johnny. Because he
Yeah.
doesn't talk the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird take you out of the moment.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah.
Who would you most want to hang out with?
Jay or the puppy.
Okay. Which one? You gotta pick one.
The puppy.
When it's crazy.
I mean, I would prefer it when it was calm, but I feel like we have a pretty good sized yard that it could run around in.
That's
so
true.
it would wear itself out.
So we learn the reason it was crazy is because it doesn't get out at all.
Yeah.
So.
It just had a lot of pent up energy.
So nature's the true medicine here.
Do you think this was Disney's commentary on over medicating children?
100% commentary on ADHD and overdiagnosis.
Yeah. All right. Glad we're on the same page there. What about you? Who do you want to hang out with?
I'm going on a similar note, and you're going to be upset about this one because you're going to be bummed that you didn't think of it. I said Sarah's dog.
Ooh. Okay. I'll hang out with Camille, or whatever her name was, and you hang out with Sarah's dog.
Okay. Deal.
And then we'll hang out together.
And we'll report back and see how they get along.
I mean, I was going to say just like if we're hanging out together, then that means we're hanging out with both the dogs.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so are we up to hot seat? We're up to hot seat.
Yes.
What was your first pet?
So I'm not going to say the name of my first pet because I feel that's a security question in a lot of places. And I feel like you're trying to get me to dox myself.
I hadn't even thought of that.
I'm kidding. My first pet, so I'm not sure. It's one of these two, but it's either a goldfish or a hamster. And I don't know which one came first. But we had
that classic question. What came first?
The hamster.
The goldfish or the goldfish?
Yeah. But we definitely had a hamster. And then we had, I think at most we had 4 hamsters.
At the same time?
At the same damn time.
Wow.
And we had like the balls that they run around in outside the thing. Like the plastic ones.
So they were getting their exercise.
100%. We had the wheels, obviously, inside. We had the tubes that they run through. We had the whole shebang. I ate their food one time. They're called yogis, and they tasted not too bad, actually. So yeah, that was.
Is that why you buy them all the time now?
Yeah, I mean, they're just tastier than vitamins. So I mean, I gotta get those nutrients somehow. But
okay,
yeah,
I had been wondering, so now I'm glad that's cleared up.
So those are probably my first pets. I think it was the hamsters, if I had to guess. How about you?
A cat. Again, also, not going to say her name.
But for other reasons.
Yeah, for other reasons. I think the story about this cat goes that when my mom was either pregnant with me or just had me, my parents found her tied up to a front porch in a bungalow colony. And like no one was living there. So they untied her and brought her home.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Is this the cat that I met?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, there's no way that's the same cat.
No, this cat died when I was in middle school, I think.
Oh, okay. So you had that cat for a long time then.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep.
How was it?
Oh, no, it might have been elementary school. Whatever. Middle
was
school
it
or
as
elementary
vicious
school.
as the cat that I did meet?
I don't recall her being vicious.
So the cat that Joanna had when we first met, like, murdered, like, 15 things a day.
Well, it was a house cat. That's what they do for fun. They murder things.
No, it's not a house cat.
It was an indoor-outdoor cat.
Okay, yeah. Psycho.
Kind of like this dog in this movie.
Yeah, very much so. So we don't know if the dog killed anything. So my hot seat, like I alluded to before, have you ever cheated on a like test or a project or paper or whatever before?
Yes.
Anything you want to go into details? The FBI are listening, by the way.
Well, now I feel like confessing this to you, someone who is too innocent to even cheat properly, when you brought in props, I feel like you're going to think differently of me.
No, you could go for it. It's fine.
Okay, so I have two things. So one, when I was taking Spanish, I used to write stuff on my shoe.
When was this? This is high school?
Middle school or high school,
Okay.
whenever I was taking Spanish. So I'd write the vocabulary words on the sole of my shoe. And then I would cross my legs so that my shoe was like resting on my knee and I could see the bottom of it. And then if the teacher came, I would just put my foot down.
So you look at your shoe and it's like, Donde está la biblioteca?
See.
That's pretty cool.
So that was one. And then definitely the more crime ring cheating time. Crime ring cheating time? Anyway, the better story is when I took chemistry in high school. I was terrible. So bad at chemistry. But I sat near one of the kids in class who was really good at it. And we were friends. And a bunch of us sitting in the area were friends. So it might have just been one test. It might have been more than one. We came up with a Skittles system or an M&M system where it was a multiple choice test. And if the kid would just put all of the M&Ms on his table and like A was blue and B was red and C was yellow or something. So for this first question, he would figure out the answer and then eat that color M&M.
What if you missed one and you would just be screwed the rest of the test?
Oh, well.
That's insane.
You have to pay attention to what he's eating.
Oh, my God. Would you get some wrong on purpose?
Probably did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's very silly of you.
Thank you. I don't think I was the mastermind behind that, but I definitely went along with it.
You didn't mention that your colorblind friend would get zeros on all those tests. Or probably 25%.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Answer. Yeah.
Sorry, Sam. You can't sit with us.
Why does he keep eating the black M&Ms? What's happening? Another gray one. What the hell?
There are 5 question options. There are only 2 colors of M&M. I don't understand what's going on. So, do you have a cheating story, or were you just too innocent?
I don't recall specifically ever cheating.
Mm-hmm.
I did have one occasion in college where someone was apparently cheating off of me who was sitting behind me or like across from me. We were like in a huge gymnasium. It was a huge class, like a class of like 400 people or so.
Did they bring binoculars or something?
No.
A telescope?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A microscope. And they were like kind of like spread out, like 2 feet away from each other, the desks in the gymnasium. And one of the like proctors like walked up to me. It was like, if like this kid like tries to cheat off your test again one more time, like you're gonna get a 0 on the test. And I was like, what are you even talking about? And I saw they was like talking to someone next to me, and I didn't even know who the person was. I was like, Miss, I don't even know who this person is. I'm just trying to get my test done. I don't know what you're talking about. How am I getting in trouble for someone trying to cheat off of me? Like, that's ridiculous. She's like, okay, but just make sure it doesn't cheat off you again. I was like, I didn't even know he was cheating off me in the first place, and he's behind me, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. So I had that happen once. So I almost got a 0 in college because of that bullshit. But thankfully, it was not an issue. I don't think I was good in the class. I think I was just like, I don't even know. I didn't know who the person was, so how'd they know I was good? It didn't make any sense.
You were just in their line of sight, and they were like, this guy. This guy is the guy I'm going to cheat off of.
They had a terrible, terrible plan there. The one thing that I guess is, it's not really cheating, but whatever. It's like not right to do, I guess. Is when you were in college, did you have those like check, you like answer questions on it, like a remote device?
No. I was never in any really big lecture halls.
Oh, okay. So we had these devices that it looked like a calculator kind of, but it had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So like you would like answer questions on it during class.
I'm picturing something like on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. When it's asked the audience, they would have to push in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone had their own, and like you type in your student ID into it so they know who's who that's answering questions. Normally it wasn't used. You didn't need your student ID. It was just to like say like polling the class in certain questions. But there was like you get like an extra like 2 points in your final grade if you went to like X amount of classes. Like it wasn't mandatory to go to class. You just had to like, if you went to more classes, you get like extra credit. So we would give each other
a pretty sweet deal.
Our input things. So then they would like input in class.
Oh,
so every once in a while, if you didn't want to go to class, you'd give it to someone else that was in the class, and they would do that. I think it wasn't even like you would lose points in your grade. It was just like bonus points on top of it.
That's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a smart way to get people to go to class, but
yeah,
it was one of those like early classes that no one goes to.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't think of one time when someone cheated off of me. It was in honors English, and I sat next to two of my friends, and the friend in the middle for a few tests would cheat off of me and my friend on the other side of her, and she would end up getting higher scores than us.
Oh my God.
And she would like have not done any of the reading. In English, I did the reading because I'm an English nerd.
Except for Watership Down.
Except for Watership Down.
Great book.
Oh, hate that book.
Love it.
But she would cheat off of us, and I guess she would just pick which answer she thought was right. I don't know. I never asked her.
Sure.
But she got better grades than us.
Good for her. I think I've said it on the podcast that the kid in my social studies class who it's 500 definitions we had to do.
Oh, and then he
gave the first 250 to one friend, to the other friend. He got them from both and gave them to each other. He did 0 of them. It was the smartest thing I've ever seen.
Very smart.
I don't know if that's even considered cheating because you're allowed to work with other people on it. So
yeah, sounds legal to me.
Very cool, very legal. And last thing, obviously, who would Ryan Gosling play in this movie?
I thought he would play the brother, Mike.
Okay, I can't really see him being a military guy though.
Maybe. I can. How about you? Who do you think he would play?
I said Jay's dad.
But he's dead.
He'd be in some of the pictures.
It would just be pictures of Ryan Gosling.
And you'd watch the movie, like, is that Ryan Gosling?
Wait, pause. Yeah, that is Gosling.
I don't think he would really play anyone in this movie. I didn't really see a fit. So that's what I'm going to go with.
All right, that's fair.
I could see his mom marrying Ryan Gosling.
Good for them.
Yeah. So you mentioned before, Taj Mahari's in the movie. He's in Smart Guy, which I can't believe you've never heard of. That didn't see. We'll watch some clips after this. We'll watch the chess scene, which you'll like, I think.
Okay, you have it bookmarked?
Oh, of course. The brother Mike is in real life an attorney in Los Angeles. He's a public defender and works for like the public health department. So good for him. I like that a lot. Good, solid, lawyer jobs right there.
Nice. Sam's stamp of approval.
The father who played the headmaster, he's in like every movie ever. Is in all the
Christopher Guest movies.
Yep, all those.
So while he was filming this, I feel like Best in Show came out maybe a few years earlier. Do you think he was thinking about Best in Show while he was filming this?
Maybe they got one of the dogs from Best in Show.
Probably.
I know a great dog.
Yeah, the producers were like, "We're going to find a dog," and he was like, "Don't worry, I know a guy."
Obviously, Shia's in everything, so we know enough about Shia. Did you ever watch Even Stevens?
I might have watched a few episodes.
Okay.
I feel like was there a lightsaber battle in the
opening credits? I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a great movie of my childhood. TV show of my childhood. And I think there's going to be some characters from Even Stevens in future DCOM movies.
Characters as they played themselves on Even Stevens, or just the actors? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Although I think there is an Even Stevens movie, but I don't know if it's one of the DCOM movies. It probably is now I'm thinking about it.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will find out.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And lastly, Sarah, the friend who we didn't talk about who was in the wheelchair, was in Aquamarine. Did you ever see that?
No.
She's like a mermaid.
Yeah, I remember the previews.
Yeah. And she's in a future DCOM movie, Return to Halloween Town.
Is she replacing Marnie?
I will not speak because I've never seen Return to Halloween Town, so I couldn't even answer that question.
Okay.
But yeah, she's in...
We'll get there when we get there.
So she's in that movie.
Looking forward to it.
And that's all I got.
All right, that's all I got too.
Any parting words of advice that you want to leave our audience with?
No, we have to do predictions for the next movie.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Sam.
I'm so sorry.
I'm offended. How dare you?
All right, you ready for the next movie?
I'm so ready. More ready than you are.
How dare you? The next movie is called Jet Jackson, the movie.
Jet Jackson, the movie.
Jet with 2 T's. And there's a colon between Jet Jackson and the movie.
Okay, so it's not like first name Jet, last name Jackson, the movie. It's Jet Jackson, one name or one phrase.
Yes.
the movie.
Yes.
I'm going to say this is about a girl who is a singer. And she goes on a road trip with 2 friends. And they end up singing in a bar. And one of the friends, who's supposed to be the lead singer in the bar, chickens out. And so Jet Jackson steps up.
Is this the plot to Crossroads?
Yes.
Because it sounds a lot like the plot to Crossroads.
No, this is the plot to Jet Jackson.
This is Jet Jackson the movie? Oh, okay. My bad. Go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then she falls in love and decides, instead of pursuing a college degree as a pre-med student, she's going to pursue a career in music. That's my prediction.
Lovely. I like it.
Thank you.
Who plays the main character? If you just a wild guess.
Not Britney Spears.
Not Britney Spears. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good guess.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll see how close you are.
I crack myself up.
Anything else you want to leave our audience with before we go?
Please don't forget to subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Give us a rating. Honest ratings are okay. 5-star ratings are better. Follow us on Instagram at Disney Channel Original Newbies. You can send us pictures of your psycho puppies
That's
at
right.
dconewbies@gmail.com.
Yes.
And I hope everyone has a truly fantastic day.
Or night.
Or evening.
Oh, wait. One more thing before we go.
Okay.
Did you like this movie?
It was meh.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
Bye.